Yes, my people, welcome back to another video and welcome back to the Glory Hunter Challenge. If you did miss last episode, then don't forget to go and check that out, as you don't want to be not up to date with how the series is going. Don't forget there is a playlist on my channel where all my videos can be found in chronological order for the series that they are in. Obviously, if you did miss yesterday's video, I'm going to quickly say, go and check it out, and I'll give you 3, 2, 1. Obviously, we did face against Roma. Now, this is a bonus episode, so that means that there will still be the daily 9 PM video coming technically later today, because this is going up at 1 AM on the 6th of January. So, yeah, just a little recap there for you. Before I do get into this video, I also just want to say, don't forget to check out my Twitter. Now, I'm not saying this for personal gain. I'm saying this for ease and structure, because I tweet out my schedule. I tweet out when videos are going live. So if you want to be very aware of when a video is going out so you don't miss out, then make sure you go and check that out. And also, don't forget to check out my Twitch, as I stream daily. My Sleaford Town save. I uploaded a video yesterday of the end of season review for season 2. So if you want to make sure you watch the full thing, then don't forget to check out Twitch. And let's get into this video. So, as promised, today we will be facing West Ham United and Manchester United in the Carabao Cup. Since we were last here, we have played a handful of games, a couple, as we faced Roma in the last episode and we lost 4-2, which was quite a disappointing result. Since then, we have, however, played some games, as I just said. First off, we played against Wolves and we won 4-2. Harvey Elliott getting himself a brace, Matty Cash getting on the score sheet, and Yuri Tielemans. And then for Wolves, Arias opened the scoring and Strand Larsen grabbed himself a goal too. We then played against Brighton and we won 1-0 away. This was a big game. Brighton sitting high up in the table, which I will show you in a minute. So to get an away win there was nice. We then, however, did get battered 5-2 by Arsenal at home. A disappointing result to lose that heavily, but losing against Arsenal is not a result we can be too mad at. And then I believe, finally we played against Slovan Bratislava in Europa League away, and we picked up a 2-1 win thanks to goals from Ollie Watkins and a last minute winner from Harvey Elliott. Now, as you can see, we find ourselves 8th in the Premier League, 6 points away from 4th, but we do have a game in hand, so a win here today against a struggling West Ham side would be lovely, but it is tight up here. As I said, Brighton playing well. That loss against Everton away doesn't seem to be too bad of a result now. So hopefully we can pick up a good win here. And we do have some difficult fixtures coming up with Man United, Chelsea and Arsenal in a row in the Premier League, which is not ideal. So let's get into the lineup that we will be going with to face West Ham here today. We've gone with Martinez in goal, Cash, Concert, Pau Torres and Digne in defence, with Kamara, Tielemans and Harvey Elliott in midfield. Harvey Elliott having a really good season so far. Our front three is unchanged from the whole season, as we've gone with Morgan Rogers on the right, Jadon Sancho on the left, and Ollie Watkins has been selected to lead the line for us today. So let's get into this game against West Ham in the Premier League and see how they will be lining up. Okay then, here we have the lineup that West Ham have gone for to face Aston Villa today. It's a clash between the two claret and blue sides, and West Ham have gone with Hermansen in goal, a back four of Wan-Bissaka, Todibo, Igor and Kyle Walker-Peters, with a midfield two of Guido Rodriguez and Thomas Souček, Chris Furyk on the right, Lucas Paqueta on the left, with James Ward-Prowse, partnering Fulkrug, completing their lineup. They are struggling, so I do expect a win here as Fulkrug gets us underway for this game. This is a must win to try and get back up towards the European places, as this is potentially one of our games in hand. But if it's not one of our games in hand, it is still a game that we need to be winning, and you have to say it should be winning, as I need to turn this down from the penalty shootout last night. As Ward-Prowse finds Fulkrug, who finds Furyk. It's a good save from Emi Martinez to just push that past the post. I wish this expanded the whole time and I didn't have to keep clicking it. That would be nice. There's not much action. Oh wait, no, because that's my lineup. Oh, never mind. I want my lineup there. So, as Martinez plays it out from the back in the pouring rain in East London, as Harvey Elliott finds Morgan Rogers. Morgan Rogers trying to cut in, but is dispossessed. As Furyk now cuts in, and it's another good save by Emi Martinez. Finally remembering he has hands and is a goalkeeper. As it is Digne to take the free kick for Aston Villa. He strikes it and forces a good save out of Hermansen there. But it is a corner to Aston Villa. Jadon Sancho to take. It's a decent delivery, but it's headed away. But why do we put every single player up for corners, by the way? As Digne tries to find Morgan Rogers at the back post. Falls to Harvey Elliott. And Hermansen does well. Both goalkeepers having a good start to the game here. As it is another Aston Villa corner. Jadon Sancho to whip it in. It's a decent delivery. Headed away by Souček, but only as far as Morgan Rogers. And it is a good finish from Morgan Rogers. As you see that a lot, the ball headed away from the corner and people on the edge of the area picking it up. As you can see, Souček heads away. It's a great first touch from Morgan Rogers, and it's an even better second with an absolutely thumping strike into the top left corner. As we can see, that puts us up to 7th place in the Premier League. As Conser now finds Harvey Elliott. Elliott finds Rogers. Rogers with a good switch out to Jadon Sancho, who goes back to Digne and continues his run. Tielemans back to Digne. The two of them linking up nicely and linking up again. As it's a penalty. I'm not quite sure why a penalty is being given there. I would love to know what a penalty has been given for, but I am not complaining, as I believe Ollie Watkins steps up. Can he make it 2 to the good here for Aston Villa against West Ham? He hits the post, and that was a very interesting couple of minutes there, as I have no idea what really happened with the penalty, but Ollie Watkins does not convert and it remains 1-0. As Hermansen catches with just 20 seconds to go in this first half here. Goes long. And Harvey Elliott is dispossessed, but that is the end of the first half. Aston Villa find themselves 1-0 up against West Ham, with the Morgan Rogers goal being the two that separate, as Ollie Watkins gets us underway for this second half here. As Emi Martinez now Rolls it out to Pau Torres. Into Tielemans. Goes into Digne. Digne going back to Torres. Into Tielemans again. Tielemans plays a good ball through to Ollie Watkins, who is through. And Ollie Watkins blasts it past Hermansen. But the defenders of West Ham appealing for offside. VAR will check. And the goal has been awarded. It's an unbelievable through ball from Youri Tielemans. And Ollie Watkins on the volley makes it 2. And he makes up for that penalty miss. As Kamara goes to Tielemans, to Konsa. Matty Cash is free if we can find him, but Ward-Prowse dispossesses. As Paqueta now trying to beat Matty Cash, but Matty Cash does well to intercept, and Harvey Elliott finds that lovely through ball to Ollie Watkins again, and Hermansen makes a really strong save to stop it being 3 and potentially keeping West Ham in the game here. I'm going to give a shout of praise after this highlight, as I feel like we have played well here. As West Ham have a throw deep in Villa territory. As Matty Cash might be sent off here. And he is. Matty Cash receives a yellow. As we're going to have to go to a sort of diamond here. As I need to make sure I do this. And then we have to do this. In fact, no, I'll leave him up there. I don't mind that. We have to do that as Matty Cash is sent off. And just as I was saying we were playing well, we are now down to 10 for the remaining half an hour of this game. I will still praise the boys on the pitch, as hopefully time can just trickle away here and we can keep this result intact, as I do want to win this game. As if we have a look at some of the scores, Manchester City and Tottenham both winning. Tottenham coming back towards us as Digne dispossessed by Gomez. Gomez cutting in, but Kamara does well. Kamara trying to find Watkins but can't, but Sancho gives it back to Watkins, who has a lot to do on his own here. Ollie Watkins cutting in and finds the bottom corner. It is an absolutely brilliant Ollie Watkins goal. Jadon Sancho credited with the assist, but that is all Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins cutting in brilliantly. And it's an absolutely unbelievable finish into the bottom corner to make it 3 and puts the game out of sight for Aston Villa here. We're just going to make some changes to try and get fresh legs on. Jadon Sancho not having his greatest game, but did get an assist for that winner, so we will not complain. This concert finds Garcia. It's quite nice to do a Premier League live con where we don't play against like City or Chelsea or Liverpool or Arsenal, or where like we actually, as Watkins with an unbelievable left-footed volley for his hat-trick. It's an unbelievable goal from Ollie Watkins. As Torres finds Tielemans. Tielemans with a really good ball. And Ollie Watkins on the volley makes it 4. And you have to say, Youri Tielemans and Ollie Watkins have had outstanding games here for Aston Villa. As James Ward-Prowse tries to get West Ham a consolation goal at the least, as their disappointing season remains disappointing, as they'll be very disappointed to be thumped at home. As Furyk finds Paqueta, and Lucas Paqueta does indeed get that consolation goal for West Ham. It's disappointing not to get the clean sheet, but it does not matter too much, as it is still a very good result, as Forest have got a goal back and are level with Tottenham now. as the game here at the London Stadium ends Aston Villa 4, West Ham United 1. And I will see all of you with the lineup for Manchester United versus Aston Villa in the Carabao Cup. Okay then, here we go for the Carabao Cup quarter final. And as you can see on the left here, it looks like they have made quite a few changes, potentially going for a slightly weaker squad, but it doesn't look like that on here. We'll do the Aston Villa squad first. We have been forced to make 2 changes, as obviously Jadon Sancho is ineligible and Matty Cash is suspended. So we have gone with Martinez in goal, Garcia, Konsa, Torres and Digne in defence, with a midfield 3 of Kamara, Tielemans and Harvey Elliott. Morgan Rogers on the right, Donyell Marlon comes in for Jadon Sancho on the left, and Ollie Watkins, fresh off his hat-trick, leads the line. Man United have gone Bayunde in goal, Lenny Yoro, Maguire and Heaven as the back 3, with Kamasan and Patrick Dorgu as the wing-backs, with a midfield 2 of Kobbie Mainoo and Manuel Ugarte, with Bruno Fernandes and Mason Mount supporting Benjamin Sesko, leading the line. Hopefully, we can get ourselves through to the Carabao Cup semi-final. Obviously, the Carabao Cup is not a trophy that we need to win, but it would obviously be nice to win it, guarantee ourselves European football, and also get some money, get some reputation, and just win a trophy. So Benjamin Sesko gets us underway for this Carabao Cup quarter final, as Digne dispossesses immediately, hopefully a sign of things to come. As Heaven finds Ugarte, he tries to play a long ball through to Sesko, but it is won by Konsa. Garcia cutting inside, finds Harvey Elliott, ex-Liverpool of course, so hates Man United. Morgan Rogers goes for it, but it is just over by Morgan Rogers. No one else playing today in the Carabao Cup, which I think is interesting, as not much happening here in the opening 15 minutes of this cup tie. As we do have a corner, and Digne to take the corner for Villa. It's a good delivery, but it is headed away by Ugarte, but only as far as Kamara, who finds Elliott, who finds Rogers! And Morgan Rogers gets his 3rd in 3 games in the Carabao Cup and gets goals in back-to-back games for Aston Villa. As Digne, it's a decent delivery, but it is headed away by Harry Maguire. Kamara does find Harvey Elliott, who gives it to Rogers in his path, and Rogers with a lovely curling effort in off the post, and it is 1-0 advantage Aston Villa in this cup tie. As Dorgu now with a throw from Man United. Mason Mount trying to cut in, finds Sesko in the penalty area, finds Fernandes, and Man United immediately peg Aston Villa back and get themselves an equaliser. The Man United captain, the man to get the goal, as Mount finds Sesko, who unselfishly gives it to Fernandes, and Bruno Fernandes is not going to miss from there, as there is goals in consecutive minutes in this one. Just as I was saying that there wasn't much happening in this first half as well. As we approach the end of the first half here, of course, does go straight to penalties should it remain level. As we go into the half-time break, Manchester United 1, Aston Villa 1. Level at the break as Ollie Watkins gets us underway. And as I just saw there, Matthias Cunha and Luke Shaw come on for Man United, bringing on their first team players to try and get through past Aston Villa in this Carabao Cup campaign. As Torres heads back to Martinez. Good defending by Pau Torres there, who then gets the ball from Martinez. Looks for a long ball out to Marlon, but it is headed away, but to Donyell Marlon. Tielemans now plays a good ball out to Morgan Rogers, who, if he can find Ollie Watkins, he is free. But it's good defending from Man United as Bruno Fernandes finds Mason out on this right hand side. Harvey Elliott, or Donyell Marlon. Donyell Marlon tracking back there, doing well. Who is this guy? Just out of interest. He is shit. Very interesting that they've gone to play with him. Number 66 as a right back as well. Clearly a Liverpool fan. As Harvey Elliott finds Kamara. Digne now finds Harvey Elliott, who finds Tielemans. Tielemans dispossessed by Manuel Ugarte, but Kamara then dispossesses Man United. Ollie Watkins now with a lot to do on his own. Shot is blocked by Luke Shaw and then by Endai. Just gathers that up. Ollie Watkins had a lot to do there on his own. As we are approaching the final 20 minutes here. Don't really have anyone that can come on, unfortunately, as Ollie Watkins is getting a bit tired. Digne for Maatsen. I don't have a right back to come on, so you're going to have to stay on. Harvey Elliott's having a good game. We'll bring Onana and we'll bring John McGinn on. Into the final 20 minutes now. Harvey Elliott resetting the play. Konsa playing it out to Ian Maatsen, who finds Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott seems to be the dictator here today. Maatsen with a really good turn. Finds Morgan Rogers at the front post, and Morgan Rogers gets his second of the game and puts Aston Villa back in front. It's a really good first touch from Ian Maatsen to get away from the right back. He still has a lot to do, surrounded by Manchester United players, but finds Morgan Rogers, who taps it home to make it 2-1 to the Villains. As Cunha now finds Mason down this right hand side. Falls to Cunha. It finds Mason. Finds Mainu. And Emi Martinez is forced to make a double save there. As we are into the final 15 minutes here. Konsa not having his greatest game. So Victor Lindelof can come on against his former side in what might be his last game for the club, as we have had a bid from Zenit for around £10 million, and we are looking to bring in a free transfer in defence as 5 minutes to go here, as Emi Martinez has the ball. Looks to be going long, and does go long. Headed away by Harry Maguire. Not sure why we've gone long to Donyell Marlon, but each to their own. As Dorgu tries to find Cunha, and does. It's a really good ball from Patrick Dorgu and Mateus Cunha off the bench for Manchester United with a really good header. Dorgu, I initially thought was looking for Benjamin Sesko, but finds Cunha, and it's a good header from Mateus Cunha. As I said, off the bench for Man United. So we are into the final 2 minutes of normal time here. Is there chance for a late winner here for either side? And probably not, because Garcia's taken about 12 hours to throw the ball in there. As it is confirmation, this game will be going to penalties. As I am going to just turn this up a bit, because penalties can be really slow. As Bruno Fernandes steps up, and it is saved by Emi Martinez.
Emi Martinez with a great start. He could go from villain to hero today. Donyell Marlon steps up for Aston Villa and finds the top corner. Advantage Aston Villa in the first round of penalties here. I love this graphic. This graphic's amazing. Benjamin Sesko, the big money signing from the summer, steps up to take Man United's second penalty here. And he misses. He blasts it wide. Unbelievable. As Harvey Elliott, the loanee from Liverpool, can put Aston Villa in a really good position here, and does, with a beautiful penalty into the top right corner. It is heavily advantage Aston Villa here, as Harry Maguire has to score to keep Man United in this competition. Steps up and does score. Harry Maguire, a somewhat penalty expert, as we have seen in the Euros and over the years. And Victor Lindelof, the ex-Manchester United man, steps up for Aston Villa and finds the corner. Aston Villa just one penalty away now from advancing to the Carabao Cup semi-final. As Kobbie Mainoo, the Manchester United boyhood fan, steps up. And it is saved by Emi Martinez. Aston Villa are through to the Carabao Cup semi-final. It is a god-awful penalty shootout display from Man United. But we do not care, as we are through to the Carabao Cup semi-final. Beating Man United on penalties. Newcastle beating Brentford, and bloody hell, Preston North End beating Liverpool in their tie, unbelievably, as Amorim has been sacked as a result of that, and we now do play Man United at home after this. But we will be back for the Carabao Cup semi-final and probably this FA Cup game against Southampton. So if you don't want to miss that video will be out tonight at 9 PM, the 6th of January at 9 PM. If you don't want to miss the video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss an upload. As I said at the start of the video, don't forget to check out my Twitter so you're always notified when I go live, when I upload, my plans and everything like that. And also don't forget to check out the Twitch. I stream daily, my Sleaford Town save. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you tonight at 9 PM. Or at 1 PM as well for the Liverpool save. Peace.